Hello, welcome back to episode 6 of the MyDropLocked account, the account where I'm locked to each chunk until I get every unique drop from each unique monster in said chunk. So, I did finish off last episode by completing the square or the chunk just above Lumbridge. So, here on screen I'm going to roll a new one, but I'm just going to go over what it is I can get. So 1, nothing. 6 is just the Scorpion. That's the only thing I'd have to do if there's much of a drop table. Number 7 would be the Dark Wizards, higher and lower, which would be nice for runes. There's also the Goblin 5 I've done. I would have to do a Guard. I've done the Imps, done the Man. Mugger I've done. The Thief I haven't done. And the Weapon Master I believe is locked behind Quest. Chunk 3, Chicken I've done, Cow I've done, Calf I've done, Duck I've done, I think, and Duckling I think I've done, I'm not too sure. Just done the Farmer, I've done the Goblin. Number 5, which is the Black Knight, would be nice. It's access to the rare drop table. And the Dark Wizard, of course, is some more runes. The Jail Guard and Market Guard are very easy to do. There's also the Sewer there, which could be a bit of a nightmare. Of course, I spoke about 4 and 2 in the past. And I get chunk number 3. So I know I don't have to do, I'm not a completionist chunk person, but I am going to go and just do the quest that I can do and then just roll another chunk. Die, duckling. Yeah, I'm gonna target you, and then I'm gonna target your little sibling. How have I not killed that? I guess whatever, but you could die, and then little mama duck or dada duck, because I can't assume, and then the other duck can die, and now the pond is free of all of the little shit ducks and ducklings. So as I said when I did roll the chunk, there is one quest for me to do, and that is the Sheep Shearer quest, which I'm quite annoyed about because I don't want to have to start off with the same 2 quests that I always start off with when I play this game, but it is what it is, and of course I do already have the Balls of Wool, so I'm going to go get them. So there are the 20 Balls of Wool handed in to the man who's still telling me to go off his land even though I'm doing you a favour, so next time don't be a prick, and you might actually have some more friends or so on and so forth, you're a lonely ass farmer. But one quest, 150 crafting, and a total of 60 big boy coins. Right, so with the slaying of the duck and the duckling and the quest done, I can now roll a new chunk. So 7 is now open for me, which will just be the Highwayman and nothing else in that one. I will have access to the Drain or Sewers and a Slayer Master, but I think I have to do a quest, which I won't be able to do unless I roll 8, which is also unlockable, but I can't really do much there. So apologies for the in and out zoom in. Okay, let's roll. And we'll just see what I get. Lovely. Okay. This is going to suck because the big frog and the giant frog, does drop big bones, which means long bone and curved bone. There's also the swamp dungeon thing, the swamp cave underneath, which will have a higher level giant frog, which would be an absolute nightmare to kill. So I'm in for a great time. I'll go in a bit further once I actually access the chunk and go into a bit more, but this is the worst one I could have got early on. So here is the dark hole, which I can climb down. I do need a candle, which I can buy from the dude, and I need some rope, which I've got loads of from previous kills, but there are 2 things down here that I can kill, 3 things down here that I can kill, that is going to add quite a lot of time to this, but I'll go into that in a bit more detail as I walk towards the first of the things I'm going to kill in the swamp cave. This cave does hold 3 different unique monsters for me to kill. There's a big frog level 24, a giant frog level 99, and some cave goblins. Now, I'm going to start with the cave goblin. It's the farthest one in. I might as well just deal with the farthest one and then work my way closer to the entrance. No idea why, just the way I want to do it. The loot for the cave goblin isn't too bad. It's not really much different other than there's no herbs from the level 5 goblin and the level 2 goblin. The giant frog level 99 has a few cool things. There's a weapon upgrade with the mithril spear. There's a lot of nature runes I can get, some cosmic runes, arrows, stuff like that. A lot of frog legs I imagine I will get. And of course there is that curved bone, which I will have to share with the giant frog, but that's a level 13, so I will probably get it from the level 13 one. And of course it is then the big frog, which is just runes and talismans basically. So I'm going to try to do cave goblin, then more than likely do the giant frog and then the big frog, and then go for the curved bone at the end of this chunk. So I've just got the 1 coin drop, which kind of reminds me of a comment I have recently got about just counting all coins as the same coin drop. I'm not going for the coin drops, which I would be interested if anyone cares to comment on their feelings on the coin drops. If you would like me to stop, I'm happy to do so. If you think they're just kind of keep the integrity of the account, I'm also happy to do so. And of course the same does go for free-to-play drops too, but there's a 1 coin which is a 1 in 128. So 2 things to talk about here. 1, apologise for any background noise. I didn't know my window was open and there's currently a storm happening. And 2, that tinderbox that I just got and the 3 in the kills I have so far isn't actually on the cave goblin drop table that I've taken from Rune Wiki. So if I can add it, or if someone else there can add it, that would be lovely. I don't know how to, but if anyone knows, any advice would be lovely on that. Sadly, this drop is not as cool as it looks. That clue score is one that I've been dropping back and forth the whole time. Just juggle them, see if I get anything new. But there is the brass necklace, which is a 1 in 128. So I can now rock some pretty cool jewellery if I ever wish to. I have 2 normal bones, 1 normal bone, and I now have 40 prayer, which is of course the next overhead prayer. That's protect from missile, so protect from range basically. I don't know why they just say range, not missile, but it is what it is. So there's 2 of the 3 done. I will get the 3 probably in this episode with the amount of big bones I'm about to have to bury trying to chase Longbone and the curved bone. As it stands, I'm at 499 kills for the cave goblin, and as you can see, my drops haven't changed from when I was whenever I got the brass necklace. Whatever kill count that was, I can't really remember, but nothing has changed. It's still the same item. So having the confusion with the tinderbox and the drop table that's on Rune Wiki, I think it might be wrong for the level 3 goblins in the cave. So I'm going to leave it at 300 for now, at least for this episode, whether I complete the chunk or not. If people want me to go back and get 1,000 kills or 1,500 kills, I'm happy to do so. But I'm 99% sure that this is their correct drop, like their drop table as such. Quick change of scenery. There's a level 5 frog killed, and after this will be a level 10 frog killed. But what I'm going to do is go for the level 13 giant frogs, just, you know, some bigger bones, chance of the curved bone and the long bone. And I'll probably stay there until I do get a long bone and then go for the 99s. So it's either this hit or it is this hit. There is 60 strength. Doesn't really do much, just probably gives me an extra max hit. But I'm going to swap now to attack. Am I? Nah, no, let's do defense. I don't know why. Change of heart last minute. We're going to do defense until 60. I kind of, in my head, I really want to use the ornament with the rune skin. And that is the first Longbone done. 3-3-2 kills. Longbone from the level 13 big frog. So what I'm going to go and do is kill the level 99, and if I get the curved bone, fantastic. I'm going to kill those until I get a long bone, because the curved bone I will share between both frogs. Right, I've killed a couple of these, and I have to flinch them, if not they just absolutely twat the daylight out of me. So I figured I'd put a tiny stopwatch on, start the counter after the first hit, and see how long it takes me to flinch kill one of these frogs. This should be the last hit. 4 minutes and 28 seconds, because I did start it after one hit, so add a few seconds on, but 4 minutes 28 for 1 kill, and I'm expected on average to get about 400 kills down here. So I haven't had too many kills, but about 20 odd down here, and did just get Nature Rune 9, Nature Rune 3 earlier, the Nature Rune, another Nature Rune 3, and then the Cosmic Rune. So pretty sure for the runes that is me done for the giant frogs already. It's just the actual 1 in 128 items, the Myth Spear, and of course the long, and if I'm super lucky, the curved bone. Speaking of the 1 in 128, there is the spinach roll at 364. Probably the most excited man to get a spinach roll. So there is the Mithril Spear. Now I do believe that overall this is a weapon upgrade to the battle axe purely because of the attack speed. So I'm going to start using it once I stop flinching. For flinching, the battle axe is still far better. So the much sought after bronze crossbow and the bolts have got me 40 ranged. So I'm going to put my FK time to good use, and you could see now 30 woodcutting. I am going to arrow shaft all of the logs as well. For the future, it makes more sense to do that. There is a level 40 woodcutting. I'm up to 22,000 arrow shafts, which isn't bad, all from oak logs. Can't move on to the willow until I'm at 30, so I'm getting closer, getting closer. I've decided to return to the big frogs purely so I can get the 43 prayer, so I can protect from melee and then start prayer flicking or one tick prayer flicking the big frogs or the giant frogs in the sewer. This should speed up my kill time, but I do just have to take the slight hit now. So this kill will get me up to 50 defense. I'm a few hits away from it, but I am going to continue defense until 60 and then use the spear on as like a control type, so I get it in strength, defense and attack. This bone I'm about to bury, this one right here, 43 prayer, that is protect from melee achieved. There's all 3 overheads done, and arguably for the early game the melee one is the most useful, as well as 450 total there as well. I'm going to go and prayer flick the level 99s and hopefully speed through it, but no long bone or curved bone from the 500 odd kills or 400 odd kills that I've just got. I'll be honest, not that good at prayer flicking. I'm getting better, and I'm sure by the end of this I would have mastered it, but I'm going to time a kill and I just compare the kill times to prayer flick and flinch. So the prayer flicking kill took 2 minutes and 5 seconds, which is half the time it takes to flinch one. So I'm going to continue to do this, and I'm very, very happy I grinded out the prayer. Another one in 128 item done. There is the coal drop. So the coal and the spinach are the 2 that I have. I believe there's 2 left, a blood rune and 45 steel arrows. Don't want a second moss giant penis. Alright, I don't want it. Got myself a cheeky little blood rune drop at 899. All that leaves me with now is the long bone and of course the steel arrows and curve bone if I'm lucky here, but this prayer flick method is so much better than flinching all of these giant frogs. Genuinely on this account, I don't know how, because I've not unlocked any methods other than this little rock here that I keep failing, and I failed again, but with that fail is level 2 agility. KC1055, there's the last item for the 1 in 128s. Only thing left is the long bone, which sucks because it's just going to demotivate me a bit more, but I will get it. And there it is. 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 Thank the Lord for that. It's done. Curb I fucking wish. Long bone is done from the level 99. So it does now mean I go back to the top to the level 13s, get the curved bone, and see how many long bones I get on the way. Long bone number 3, quite literally like, what, 20 kills after I've just got the long bone from the big ones, but there's the long bone along this grind. This clip might feel a little bit like deja vu, but a few hits on this frog, maybe 2 hits, and there's 60 defense achieved. I did just get the first little Bob the Cat random and some fishing XP, so only way I could train fish, but 650 XP, which gives me level 7 without ever catching a fish. Long bone number 4. And number 5, but at least it's on drop rate. There isn't really much to this clip other than 47 prayer, but the biggest thing is a couple more curved bones, but at the top my KC's reset for some reason. I don't know why, but it's been doing it. So what I'm gonna have to start doing now is burying the bones either per kill, every other kill, but managing the KC through the prayer XP that I've achieved at that time of the kill. Just had this random Donny frog kisser come up to tell me to kiss frogs. Don't know about you, mate. I'm not into bestiality, so no. Fairly safe to say, I've stopped recording long bones because I now have 11 in my inventory, and the KC just kind of wasn't truly reflected, so I kind of gave up. It was a bit boring just recording those. So just an update, I am on 11 so far. Okay, this is current Mr. My talking here. To explain the clip on screen, I did get the curved bone. To explain why it's recorded like this, I went home to see my family. They were all on their phones. I jumped on, got a long bone and then a curved bone, quite literally in about 50 KC. So, sorry, it's not recorded properly. I didn't think that I would get it. I just kind of wanted to get some kills and hopefully sort of like make it so I get it when I get home, and if RNG works, so which it doesn't. But yeah, so sorry. Okay, so literally, I'm home. I stopped playing. Curved bone, long bone in the inventory. I literally turned my phone off, or turned the app off on my phone the second I finished recording that clip. But I am now done, which is quite nice. I will show the KC and the little spreadsheet in a second. Okay, so 3814 is the total KC that I have. I gained 57k XP, divide that by 15, you get 3814. Simple as that, really. One monster left, then it's a new chunk. So I explained a couple of things in this. There's items, which this frog does have, the big frog level 24. There's the main two really are the water talisman and the earth talisman, but in this room you'd also notice that there are other creatures in here, or monsters, that I can't kill because they do require a slay level, so of course I will have to come back and kill these at a later date. 12 kills in. What a talisman. If that luck can continue for the earth, I can then move on so much quicker and get this video done. Very random jump, but 13 farming. Back to back random jumps, 30 cooking. This drop, this earth talisman, is the last drop in this whole chunk that I have to get for now. I will have to come back, of course, to kill the monsters that are locked behind the slay level, which I'll just pop a nice little thing on screen and what the slay level is. But I will get there soon enough, and I'll just total all of these up and I'll come back. Quick overview on the kills. 1 big frog level 10, 328 big frogs level 24, 1 normal frog, 3,814 giant frogs, and 500 cave goblins, with a total of 4,644 kills in that chunk. I can't remember if I've done this for every end of the chunk, but I'm going to moving forward. End of every chunk, I'll just go through my banks. You can see how it has evolved per that chunk. Or per that chunk doesn't necessarily make sense grammatically. Anyway, so I've also reorganized it as well, so it just looks less chaotic. Things are still in the same tabs, or good tabs, but everything was a mess. I was just dumping stuff in here, but as you can see, it looks a little bit prettier. Total value of 1.9 mil and only 20k coins, or close enough to 20k coins in there. A few, somewhat more food. The food is what it is. The situation is going to get harder. A few gems and stuff. 55k arrow shafts. Of course, 14 long bones from the curved bone grind from the big frogs, of course. It's my precious little ornament kit that I'll probably never use, but there's the bank. So that is the end of this episode, but not the end of this chunk. I do have to come back once I get the Slayer requirement to kill the monsters in the cave dungeon thing. But if you did enjoy, please do drop a like, comment, of course, please do subscribe, and as always, feel free to add me in game.